mentioned earlier in the week about the rivalry and how big of a game this was. At the same time, you guys were heavily favored, playing really well. Is it possible your team overlooked this opponent?
No. That's not why we lost. It wasn't a lack of overlooking anybody. It was a lack of preparation, a lack of execution. That's not overlooking an opponent. I thought they practiced their tails off. And if you overlook an opponent, I don't think you're preparing what you need to prepare. But we got to look and see what exactly did or we didn't do in practice that led to the lack of execution in the game. They respect this rivalry. They understand you ask any one of them. They understand how important this game is and how important preparation is. And so, as I told them, it wasn't a lack of effort in the game. It wasn't a lack of effort in preparation. But it's not correlating over to the results that you want. So you got to look at what you're doing and how you're doing it and figure out a better way to do it.
Coach, you played 6 games. You played your best football by far away from Notre Dame Stadium. Is there any kind of common thread that connects with the performances at home?
No. And for me to sit up here and say yes, that would be make an excuse for why we're losing, why we're not playing well. It's not an excuse. We're not blaming Notre Dame Stadium. You better look at yourself. I come up here and blame Notre Dame Stadium. How foolish is that as the leader of this program, right? I got to make sure we look at ourselves and say, okay, what aren't we doing? I'm not blaming Notre Dame Stadium for our lack of winning, playing good football.
Are you learning how to better make those changes in games this season? In your first time as a head coach, is that something you have to figure out how to do?
It's, my job role as a head coach is to give my opinion, right? And there's times I might say, hey, run the ball. Hey, run the ball. There's not many times I say stop running the ball and throw the ball, but there's times I say run the ball. We did. We tried to run the ball first half. We ran the ball pretty effectively the second half. We're running the ball that second last series and we fumbled. So it isn't like I need to speak up and tell you, Coach Reese, you're not doing a good job. No, he's doing an excellent job. And my job is to look and say, okay, Monday through Friday, what aren't we doing? Or what are we wasting our time on doing that isn't giving us a better chance to execute on Saturday? And again, same thing when I'm going on defense. I'm there to every once in a while give my opinion, but I have the utmost confidence in our coordinators. They spend an enormous amount of time game planning and studying, and they do a good job. We have to go back and look and say, what aren't we doing? Because it's not a call. He should have called this. No, it's not. They have a call sheet and they call the plays or the defensive calls on them. We have to look and say, okay, what are we executing? What aren't we executing? And that's to me the challenge is that my challenge is to make sure that we're calling the things that we're executing, and if we're calling things we're not executing, we got to look and figure out why.